You know, the Masters and their committee there, they're the kind of notorious for tweaking the course, sometimes in little subtle ways you don't quite realize the players do. Of course, we all know about the Tigerproofing changes of years ago and the trees they've planted, those sorts of things. Tees are always kind of moved around, that kind of thing. Anything different, unique about the course this year?
Nothing that we're going to right off. Nothing that's been talked about very much. I think you're going to find a very similar golf course to the one that we've seen for a handful of years. There's no Tiger-proofing type lengthening going on. There's no, new greens or anything like that. So very much the same old Augusta that we're used to.
Right.
All right, Jason Day, obviously going through something with his mom. Apparently, the situation is improving after the surgery, but he did take some time off. He didn't pick up a club for a couple weeks until like last Friday. Talk about the expectations to him, and does he look pretty loose around there?
Yeah, I'd say the word I'd use to describe him right now might be fragile, and we've seen that for him physically in the past. He has a bulky back that is pretty frequently injured and hurting him. He gets sick a lot. We've seen him withdraw due to illness, but now the fragility might be more about sort of where he comes in mentally. Obviously, we saw him leave the match play 2 weeks ago after just 6 holes, leaving it tearfully and, completely understandable. His mother was dealing with lung cancer, had impending surgery. As you said, she had successful surgery. It looks like she won't need chemotherapy, so he was smiling around this golf course the other day, but also admitted he's a little bit more unprepared than he would have liked to have been. That said, great story if Jason Day can go out there and play well this week after dealing with all that the last couple of weeks. I think that'd be a terrific story to be able to tell.
How confident is Phil in his game right now, and does he have a realistic shot at this? I think he does.
I'll put it this way. Jack Nicklaus was asked the other day about Phil Mickelson as a 46-year-old and what kind of chance he has to win this golf tournament. And Jack said, he has a much better chance than I did at that age. And, of course, that's the exact same age that Jack was when he won in 1986. So Phil has a better chance than Jack did when Jack won. Well, that sounds like he's got a pretty good chance. He's playing really well so far this year. Hasn't won, though, in nearly 4 years, dating back to the 2013 Open Championship. Of course, played so well at that event last year, falling short to Henrik Stenson, who played one of the best major rounds of all time. So I think he comes in with a good attitude. I think he comes in playing well. As long as Phil doesn't overthink things too much, as long as Phil limits his mistakes. I mean, it's the same thing we've been talking about for 25 years for him. As long as he can stay away from trying to do too much and causing those double and triple bogeys, I think that he's got a great chance at this thing.
Jason, I can't remember a year when Rickie was playing so well leading up to this tournament. In his last 5 starts, 4-1, 16, 12, and 3. Won the Honda back in late February. Finished 3rd last week. Kind of blew up there a little bit on Sunday, but he's been playing so well. If there's a year, man, where his confidence is high, it's got to be this year for this event.
Well, he's my pick this week. I think Rickie Fowler is primed to go out and win his first major championship. I look at the stats, and these strokes gained stats, which measure players against their peers. He is top 30 in driving, approach shots, chipping, and putting. Guess what, guys? That's golf. There's nothing else besides that. There's no other statistic that can measure a guy. He's first in scoring average, 7th in birdie average. I mean, the guy is playing really, really strong golf, tends to play really well in tough conditions. He won the Honda Classic in some very windy conditions to what we're going to see over the next couple of days. There's really no box that Rickie Fowler doesn't check this week for me other than not having won a major before. But if you go back and look at the last 6 Masters winners, 5 of them hadn't won one before that. So I'm not sure that you necessarily need to these days anyway. I think that just because you haven't seen a guy win a major doesn't mean that he can't go out there and do it. We had 4 brand-new major winners, first-timers last year, and I think that he could be a 5th in a row this week.
So let's circle back to the first question. DJ, gun to your head, is DJ going to play today? Yes.
Yes, I can't believe that he will be hurt enough to not play. Look, you can't do anything else. If this was the Arnold Palmer Invitational, the match play, another tournament, I would say probably not, because he wants to save it for the Masters. Well, this is the Masters. There's no saving it for another week. You go out there and you play and you suck it up, and you hope that you're healthy enough to give it a go.